What's up, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today I have a new knife here to share with you all, and this one is coming in from CMB. This is going to make for one interesting unboxing. While we're getting this thing opened up, let me know down in the comments what you have for your EDC today. I always love seeing what everyone is carrying. Big shout out to CMB for sending this along for us to check out. This is going to be the CMB Kawanonagare. I don't know if that is exactly how it is pronounced. It is a Tiguas design, which is very evident because this is a Tiguas-like design. There is the DOA of the knife. You can see there, S35VN, a HRC range 58 to 62, and it is going to be a PVD titanium and carbon fiber handle here. And the 58 to 62 range is going to be coated blades are 58 to 60, uncoated are 60 to 62. This is going to be a PVD coated blade with that PVD coated titanium frame and pocket clip here. We also have a nice little backspacer fitted in there. Very interesting design. Most people are not going to find this ultra useful, I would say, but nonetheless, it is a cool and interesting design, which is something that is really welcomed here. We are looking at a front slash top flipper for the deployment, and it works pretty well. Sticks up away from the frame there far enough so you can clear that easily. They do put some nice jimping there all the way to the top, and you just get a nice solid grip on there, and the detent is well done. The access to that liner is pretty good. That is an inset liner lock there. We do have good access. It's milled out on both sides internally there, and that is going to be very easy to get to. Perfectly centered up there in that handle. Let's go ahead and get a size on this feller here while I'm thinking about it. We are going to be looking at 3 inches of cutting edge, 3 1/8 of total blade, and we're going to be coming down there right at 7 3/16 overall. We'll line up the Kaiser drop bear here and the Benchmade bug out as size reference for you, and you'll see it is a little bit smaller than the bug out and almost right in line with the drop bear. How about the new Vostede Mini Psyop here up top, and we have the beautiful DLC Monster Spectrum here with the orange copper infused carbon fiber here, and you'll see that the Kawanonagare is in between both of those perfectly. We'll switch gears here and we'll take a look at this in the pocket. Check the retention on that clip. I do like how the clip comes down to a point there. That'll make it easier to get it over what you intend to put it over, and that is going to look pretty clean in the pocket. Standard milled clip. You have some hidden hardware here for the clip, and then you have a little bit of that frame poking out there, which will give you a nice little bit to grab a hold of and retrieve that out of the pocket. The retention on that clip is good and might be a little tight, maybe. I think, just clearance and the style of this clip, it's not going to be made for overly thick pants, right? I don't think, this isn't intended to take onto your job site and use each day as your primary cutting tool. We'll bring out the old arch nemesis here in the scale, and we'll give this thing a weight check here. It feels pretty healthy. The titanium handles got a little bit of thickness to them. We'll get this over to ounces here. Put your guesses in now if you're going to. 3... 3.4 maybe? 3.3? Ooh, way off. Whoa. 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 Hey, You know, I'll keep that in the video because I'm an honest individual. Okay? No redos here. 68 grams, though, for everyone else. We'll get a look at the handle thickness here, and we'll also check our blade stock thickness. And we are coming in there 0.49 for our handle thickness, so not overly thick whatsoever. We'll check our blade stock thickness up here at the thickest part, and that is going to be 124 thousandths. I think that's going to be considerably thinner out here towards the standard blade. So I think this is going to come down pretty thin, maybe. Well, I could be 31 thousandths on that spot with that hold. But let's see how the Kawanonagare cuts out of the box. And what exactly, I know that I've heard the name before. What's the name of this blade? By the time you are answering, I'll probably already know. But just for fun, what is the name of this damn blade shape? I cannot. I've been trying to rack my brain. There's a reason I didn't say it at the beginning because I don't remember. But it's really unique. I think this would be extremely easy to sharpen as well. We have this crazy claw hook here out at the end. That was a joke, by the way. Got that crazy claw out there. Let's see how we can transition from... not too bad. I think that was more on me. It really flows pretty smooth. Now that's through the magazine paper, obviously. But this has a nice edge on it. Weird. I'm gonna have to really use this, and and I don't know that it's so much. That's extremely sharp, guys, and it's odd that it works so well. I have found over the last 6 months or so, since before Thanksgiving, I made it to a point to start really testing out trailing point blades and blades of that nature, and then some recurves as well. And I have found that putting them through what I need to cut on a daily basis, they're different, but they work. And you got to kind of know how to use the knife, but they're going to work. If they got an edge, if they're done well, they're going to work. And that's what I've noticed about certain knives, trailing points and recurves over the last 6 months or so, that they just work and they do well. This is going to be an interesting one, though, to put through some paces and see how it does. It almost looks like a mustache, kind of. But you guys will... Oh, no, we're not done. Well, you'll have to let me know what you think of the Kawanonagare here, the Tiguas design. We're going to check this lock here, though, and see what this is. Did I call this an inset liner lock earlier? It's not. It is a titanium frame lock. Why did I say that earlier? I think I saw that, but I knew it was a frame lock. I said it at the beginning. It's been a long day, I guess. It is a titanium frame lock, an exposed titanium frame lock at that. It looks really clean on the show side as well. We have nothing on the blade. We have nothing on the pivot. It looks great. And then we just have our aluminum infused carbon fiber. And that leads me to, there's like 8 or 10 different versions of this knife you can pick up, coated and uncoated, all kinds of different inlay and finishes for the handle. As I said, I'll have that link down below. And then we have the pocket clip that it goes with the flow of the handle there. Can't believe I said inset liner lock, and I knew I knew this was a titanium frame lock. I'm sure someone is already down there. It's not a recessed liner lock. I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and we'll see. Trying to figure out the best place to be on this, and I think it's right there at the tippy top. Right there. It rockets out. Woohoo! Very easy to do the over the top as well. No movement. Feels very good. No detent lash. No pivot lash. Let's go ahead and give this a couple of tests here. Ooh. There she blows. Pretty early on the lockup, and no, that's the tang has been grinded off there. I'm wondering if there's some spray, overspray on that lock face because the tang has been grinded off. There's no coating there. And to the people who say, you know, that test ain't valid, it maybe it's not, but the knife should be able to, you know, I should be able to do that without worrying about it unlocking. The point isn't to see if the knife can hammer in a nail, you know, it's to make sure it's not just going to lackadaisically slip off the lock as this one is doing. Now, that could be just this one. This knife's been around for a while. Not that everyone is testing that, but it hasn't been a problem that I'm aware of. So, you know, we'll pump the brakes on anything aside from just assuming that it's this one here. And you know, I'll have to give CMB the benefit of the doubt. I've checked out plenty of their knives, and not a single one from them has failed that I have come into contact with, from their budget Predator line and some of their other budget offerings up to their premium knives. This will be the first one that has actually failed a lock test. So it's not something that is a widespread issue with their knives. And it's probably not a widespread issue with this one. Since this one did fail, should we diagnose it and see if it's something that we can fix? Take it apart and see what we can do in there. Could be just an overspray problem. There's a multitude of things that it could be. Debris, dust, oil, coating. There's a lot of things it could be. And worst off, it could be the lock geometry of this particular version here. Cool knife, and to some people that lock failure doesn't really matter. To some people that is everything, and that is why I show you day in and video out the same process. That way all the knives are being ran through the same exact things. Everything is fair. I'm just showing you what you're going to get out of the box, and the rest is up for you to decide. You'll have to let me know what you think of the Kawanonagare here from CMB. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and if you have anyone that you can share this video with that likes knives, EDC, and gear, I'd love to have them come on board. If you are new here and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll pop up a couple of newer videos on your screen. Go check one of them out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.